She's a billionaire, at least on paper, and if the Facebook IPO goes ahead as planned, she'll be worth $1.5 to maybe even $2 billion.
That's with a B.
That's
Let's
with a B.
Make sure we say the B, not the M.
Yeah.
So the house she's building, where is it? And give us kind of a description of what it's going to be like.
Yeah, so she currently lives in Atherton, which is a super rich community in Silicon Valley, and she is downsizing to a 9,200 square feet house. It's 9,200 square foot house in Menlo Park, which is a very small town.
Very tech center.
Very big tech center. It happens to be where Facebook has its new headquarters. It also has some very good schools in the area. She's a working mom, and so this was a good location for her. And so the house makes sense, but for that area, it's extremely large and extremely modern. This is a very traditional sort of upper middle class community of professors and young families, and to have a billionaire come in, build this giant glass and steel modern mansion that's more than 2 or 3 times the size of other homes in the community is raising some eyebrows.
How's she making it work? Because it sounds like, Robert, that the lot itself is not that big, and so how is she getting around some of these, there must be these laws and zoning laws about how big the home can be. What's she doing?
What she's doing is very clever, which is that it's only a half acre, this parcel, so she is limited to around 6,000 square feet. What she's doing is they dug a giant hole and put in a basement that will be somewhere 2,000 to 3,000 square feet. It's going to have a gym, it's going to have a theater, it's going to have another guest room down there, it's going to have a wine room. So a lot of the house is hidden in this cellar that technically doesn't count as square footage for the town zoning requirements. So by burying part of the house, she gets around this zoning requirement, and also, from the public's point of view, the house doesn't look as big because it's underground.
Right, most of it's down below.
Exactly.
She's 42, is that right?
42 years old.
So she's been known for doing a lot of entertaining in her home, the existing home she's in, and holding meetings for high-powered women. Judging by what she's building, it seems like that trend might continue.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things we heard from people who know her is, look, she sees her house as a fundamental part of her life and her work. Part of her role as the public face of Facebook is to entertain the president, hold fundraisers there. Lady Gaga has been to her house, and so she needs a nice house to do that. Whether she needs 9,200 square feet or not, I don't know. But
well, for Lady Gaga's costumes, yes, you do.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Know that,
You're right.
And very quickly before we let you go, in terms of what this means for the overall landscape of social media millionaires, billionaires plotting their next abode, is this sort of the way it's going? This sort of modern, lavish, big home style? Do we see other folks doing that?
What's radical about this is it was a big departure, in fact, from what we've seen Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, Cheryl's house is 40% larger than her boss's house, than Mark Zuckerberg's house. Exactly. Her house is 40% larger than Zuckerberg's house. What we've seen with these social media guys, these younger guys, is there's almost conspicuous deconsumption. They want to show themselves in smaller homes, traditional homes, not stand out in the neighborhood. So this is really a departure from the rest of the social media wealth that we've seen.